been a superstar for a long time, so I can't wait. He's almost the icing on the cake. Now, they've got all the pieces of the puzzle right now to Gold Coast, so it's going to be a huge year for you, mate. Not far away from the opening jump here at Brighton Homes Arena. There was a game playing a little earlier in pretty tough conditions. John Ralph in the unit room is going to bring us up to speed exactly how that finished and how wild it was. So over to you, John.
Wild and wacky, I think, is the way that we should describe it, given there was torrential rain and there was even some thunder and lightning. We're still waiting for clarifications from the AFL. Those last 90 seconds, as Jared Healy said, the Sydney Brownlow medalist, it probably should have been called off. We'll certainly get an update for you on that one. So it wasn't quite that Charlie Curnow show. There were some flashes of brilliance in a 38-point victory. He didn't need to do too much. So this one from 60 metres just rolled it through. And then a Joe the Goose, 2 goals for the day, as it must be said, in torrential rain. Now, the Giants, they had 11 players missing from last year's elimination final side. There you go, that's how Charlie wants them on a platter. And there were some early worries for Jesse Hogan. So we know, of course, last year's foot issues and certainly some surgery there. Now, he hobbled off early, he came back in a couple of minutes, and he certainly finished out the game, and he will be available. Aaron Cademan hopefully will play next week too. He hasn't played any clashes and was pulled out of this game before it started. Now, the one issue for Sydney was their best player in Errol Goulden as well. So Errol, he came off with an ankle injury in the second quarter. Of course, we know that fractured ankle from last year. The club absolutely adamant it was just a minor ankle roll, and he certainly will be available for next week's clash. And that really good news for GWS. Ruby Schleicher spoke to Finn Callahan at half-time. He's had that hip flexor issue. We thought that he would be out for round 1. He says, no, I'm ready to play. Very confident I'll be playing in opening round.
Yeah, some good news there, Ralphie. Thanks for that. As the reigning premiers are out on the field, crowd building here at Brighton Homes Arena, back-to-back premiers they are, looking for 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing to do in football is to go back-to-back, but then try and do 3 in a row. But you look across this list, and you look across the list that's missing today. Draper and Allen, they're the 2 stars they got to the football club. No Zorko, Rayner, Hitwood, Andrews, Fort, Lester, Payne, and Answorth. There's potentially 10 of their best players that aren't playing today, so their depth is critical for them going back-to-back Moons, and they've certainly got it. There's a few faces sitting in the grandstand that will join us today during the coverage.
Yeah, well, look, you even look at their forward line. Look at Morris and Lohman and Gallup. They're all still in their early 20s. I mean, they've just got so much future ahead of them, this forward line, which is already scary enough. And you look at guys like Jasper Fletcher, even the Ashcroft boys, you know, they haven't even gone near their capabilities yet. And one of them's already a 2-time North.
Okay then, begin downloading Sporting App today and please gamble responsibly. You catch this on KS Sport.
Well, Levi Ashcroft, no player in the history of the game, has played 27 games in a first
There you
season
go.
footy and won a flag.
Box footy on KS
He's
Sport.
already a history maker, and as you mentioned, Will Ashcroft, 2 North Smith medals, and he's only played 58 games, which is ridiculous, and they do have a long list of players out. We'll find out more about what's going on with a couple of their first timers we're going to see today.
Okay, that's